Hey guys, just wanted to take a few seconds to thank FNAF Fan for suggesting this ending to take. Uh, I wasn't aware that it was a thing, so if y'all have any more suggestions on games or endings for different games that I should go ahead and try to get, I'd love to hear them. But for now, thank you for watching. Let's get into the show. Weird. Okay. So I need to buy a stage, I think. Sure. So, I've just been pointed by the girl in hallway. Yeah, whatever. Sounds good. Well, you're the boss. Where do you think the hallway will go? You did downwards last time, we'll do eastbound this time. Alright, should take a second to go to the hallway. I'm just gonna alternate as many times as I have to. Wow, technology is amazing. Yeah, but I'm sure you have plans to source one, don't you? I have plans to source one, yes. Not sure you even find a complete Freddy's robot these days. I've heard they've got option off some genuine Freddy's issued robotics parts after. Granted, most of it was destroyed in the fires, or so I've heard. Hey, off topic. If you do happen to source a robot, I forgot to mention, your bonus matches are. Manual building. Wise choice. What'd you need? Stages. You have no stage. Cheapest is 100. Sure. Good investment. What'd you need? Top stages. Your stage is right over there. You can upgrade it if you want to look snazzier. Can we talk about who can perform on stage? Currently we don't have any robot. Here's the catalog. As you can see, normal robots aren't really sold these days. If you want to buy a performer, we'll have to go something unconventional. Here it is. Sir, I don't think this is wise. So GODRED. GODRED? Whatever. Well, for one, why was he marked down from 100 to $1? Seems kind of fishy, to be frank. That and the words do not buy are underlined next to his name. I demand GODRED. This is a dark day for Freddy Fazbender's Pizza. So, we're gonna go with, put GODRED on stage. I'm drawing the line here. This is wrong. Up he goes. God is dead and GODRED killed him. It's a pink Freddy. I fear no man. With that, I fear GODRED. It's a pink Freddy. Why are you afraid of it? Never mind, I understand why you're afraid of it.
My lie worked. William genuinely believes that undeath is a gift. Of course. When you phrase it as eternal life, it sounds appealing, even tantalizing. Even if our specimens are scarcely lucid, and seemingly in tremendous agony. No. That is a fate I would rather avoid. Life is useless, even detrimental, when suffering is abundant. The ancients referred to the process of eternally living through immense suffering as hell. Years ago, I would have scorned at the concept of hell even existing, but now that I have proven the existence of incorporeal soul matter, an afterlife must exist. Where do lost souls go? What lies beyond the threshold of death? I don't know. But I aim to prove that death simply doesn't exist. This universe is critically misunderstood. Seldom is anything created, nor destroyed. Matter changes form constantly, but never ceases to exist, nor come into existence on its own. I aim to prove this with my experiments. Death is a fabrication, an archaic view of mortality based on primitive human assumptions. Matter cannot be destroyed or created anew. Any missing souls still remain within reality, in some other place, with obedient and sentient phantom beings. The barrier can be crossed and then shattered. The immortality that these spirits have is worthless. What good is living forever when air feels like it's on fire, and every nerve pulses through jagged metal and crudely stitched together leather? To understand such things, one must become mechanical. Organic matter is invariably complex, but machines can be deactivated, dismantled. Organic matter cannot be shut down and restarted so easily, but a machine, in theory, should it harbor a soul, could act as the portal between our realm and beyond. Once I find out where lost souls go, I can find out where we came from. In turn, we can work backwards. We weren't created either. We merely changed as all matter does. Joyously, I unravel the myth of our creation, and this is my legacy. I will remove the shackles of mortality from humankind. I am Doctor, and I will abolish death. I will teach the world all about the joy of creation itself.
Would have made that ending make a lot more sense. Let's see what Joy 2 is. This one's orange.
On opening night, William's suit failed during a dress rehearsal. This was my own doing.
Tried to kill Will?
I intentionally misdesigned the spring-loaded retention locks in William's suit, knowing full well that the spring mechanisms inside the suit would fail. With him inside, he died a predictably painful death on stage, following his bow at the end of our performance. What a moron. But the end result was fascinating, and an eventuality that I had never considered. Despite steel rods piercing William's flesh and puncturing his lungs, William still walks amongst the living. At first, I considered that William may be somehow immortal, but soon enough, I noticed a minor change in his physicality. William has done something that no spirit has ever done before, to my knowledge. He has repossessed his own corpse. My original intention was to give William a nudge later down the line, and have a then freshly deceased William take the blame for the kids that we abducted. But this result is far more interesting. William seems to be utterly devoted to me. My current theory is that he repossessed his own body out of desperation. He essentially re-entered his own corpse, so he could keep going as if he never died.
So Dave has been spring locked
Most
before.
peculiar.
That's not good.
William will stay as my partner. This development will advance my work by many months, perhaps even whole years. William's soul is both extremely unusual in the manner in which it possessed its vessel, but also in the fact that he has no idea what I've done to him. Unlike the others, he will do anything that I tell him to do.
Right. Well, I mean,
He
it's
will
William.
act
Are you
with complete
surprised?
obedience. William foolishly thinks that he has hidden this from me, but I can assure you that I can use this to my advantage. What would happen if William was to die again and repossess the same vessel? What if I were to damage his brain or remove his organs whilst he slept? Would he keep repossessing his old body just to stay with me? How far is this soul willing to go for me? How much pain will this soul endure just to stay here with me? If his soul was to pass on to the afterlife, could I trust it to come back? This may be the breakthrough that I was hoping for. My previous plan of intimidating and scaring the souls of lost children with violence and electrostatic forces was far too convoluted. William is the only test subject that I need now. The trust that William has placed in me is ill-founded. Now, my work can truly begin.
Oh, that's a little fucked up.
Henry, we need to talk.
Do we, Willie?
Yes, we sure do. Ever since we abducted that little girl, everything here has been weird as fuck. Tables emptied in themselves, things moving. Customers hearing whispers about us. About what we've done, and those robots have turned aggressive. Spring body almost bit my hand off during routine maintenance. I don't want to be inside that thing anymore. I knew that this was a bad idea. You lied to me. You took her life away, and we don't even have a third robot here. None of this was to make her more lifeline. What we've killed is our own dream.
Shush. Relax, William. I know what I'm doing.
Do
I'm
you?
working on the solution to our problems right now.
What's that on your desk, Henry? It looks like a marionette.
This isn't just any marionette, Willie. This is a vessel for our little friend.
I see.
We've killed beyond our means, Willie.
You mean you killed beyond your means?
In any case, this puppet is the solution to all of our problems. The moment that dumb girl enters this puppet, she'll be stuck as a puppet. And then she'll be our puppet, being pulled by our strings, unable to harm us like the other two can.
Okay, what about the abductions? Freddy Fazbear has better looking robots, and that's it. Bad 3 children get abducted in their restaurant. 3 kids have died here. The police will...
Relax, Willie. I've pinned the 3 missing children on our missing night guard.
Yeah, on Jack.
He's lying, half dead in the back. The police will presume that he took the kids away. Poor fool probably won't even get a gravestone. The suits have been bleached. This is a minor hiccup.
What, Freddy's?
I will pay a visit to Freddy's soon. Those 3 dead children will look like nothing compared to the 5 children that are going to go missing at Freddy's next week.
Henry, I don't like this.
Willie, this is our dream.
So William was against
Yeah,
this to
fine.
begin with.
This is what we have to do. Our diner, our family, our dream. This is what you wanted.
Henry,
You wanted this.
Okay.
Now, go talk to the police. Make it out like that night guard was always a soulless creep. I'll finish this puppet.
Well then.
The clock stopped, never to go again, when the old man died.
Here's Joy 3.
William has proven to be a most intriguing test subject. From my possessed animatronics, I've noticed that souls seem to be capable of retaining a limited amount of memories. Upon interacting with my victims, I realized that they seem to remember who I am, occasionally, and respond with defensive, animalistic aggression. Unfortunately, this memory doesn't seem to apply to all human behaviors, such as the ability to speak. Granted, Fredbear's lips are unable to curl into the shapes needed to imitate human speech, but William has not seen a single attempt to speak come from the animatronics during routine surveillance. Fredbear growled at him once, but that hardly counts. Thankfully, William has provided me with a way to quantifiably measure how much memory and what kinds of memory are retained in the soul. Once a month, I anesthetize William and remove one of his vital organs, or typically a portion of his brain.
The fuck?
Usually, tissue from the frontal lobe, due to it being a generously accessible mass of neurological material. Surprisingly, William doesn't seem to be suffering from dementiated memory loss, but rather a shift in personality. His conscience is unburdening itself, and he has begun to ask substantially fewer questions about the ethics of our work.
So Henry literally
At
fucking
any
made him
rate,
this way.
At
Great.
least I know a cure to William's incessant whining. I've begun to leave William alone with the animatronics at night. Unbeknownst to him, he is being recorded around the clock, allowing me to watch him from afar, and without tainting my results with his sentimentality. Sometimes William speaks to himself. I'd rather not think about what he's said lately. Work continues as usual.
If whatever he said has creeped out Henry, that's
I will
not a
make
good
the
sign.
impossible possible.
I would love to know what Dave has been saying that's freaked him out so badly.
William is a useless excuse for a test subject. His crime has burdened my analytics, and he no longer shows any rate of change, even with entire internal organs being removed. Even without a heart, he is unchanging, unyielding. I made the
Undying?
mistake of telling him about my deceased son, David, and now William has run wild with the idea of replacing him. and for me to become the father that he never had. William is a monster. My monster. And I don't want him bearing my name, no less my son's.
David Miller. I see.
William cannot follow simple instructions, cannot control his emotions, and is too afraid to leave his own rotting vessel for even a second, even when incentivized with controlled shocks. I'm going to abandon William, leave him to mop up, back at the diner, under constant camera supervision. I need to properly gauge how he copes with abandonment. I
Why,
will
though?
continue my work and claim victims in other Freddy's locations, just as the invasive cuckoo bird lays eggs in the nests of other birds. I shall claim victims at competing Freddy's locations. Another advantage of a lower density pattern of victims is their inability to gang upon me in the same place. Once enough souls are collected, I will have a substantial number of souls to produce the machine that I have hoped to build from day one. A machine that can successfully take an adult male from our realm to another, and back again.
You're talking about the flip side machine, right? The one that we used in the good ending?
Soon, I aim to no longer be in this realm at all. Life as we know it will change, and you have me to thank for it.
The only reason we got through, though, was because we were a soulless body. Henry's never going to be able to have that happen. Jack, of course, will come and, well, Jack's soul will come and abduct Henry. Okay, put away that. This can be really loud. Figured. Look through old company logs. Okay, you're in. Go explode your heart's content. Welcome, owner. Which shoulder do you wish to enter? Entertainment. Welcome. Fazlog. That location with that date. The Grand Canyon. It has been a troubling day to say the least. I awoke from 6 a.m., attempted to clean the restaurant, but sadly ended up beating several obstacles. My suspicions of Dave hosting a debaucherous jamboree at the pizzeria the night before were unfortunately confirmed when I was met with an array of discarded paper cups scattered across the pizzeria's floor, all of which were filled with ping pong balls with the exception of one cup, which had a freshly hatched chicken egg in it. Spent the next 4 hours attempting to get the place clean for noon. We were supposed to host a birthday party for a whole horde of shrieking toddlers, and make sure that those brats don't fling themselves off the side of the Grand Canyon is a task in and of itself, I can assure you. The party began at noon. I was still cleaning during the entire thing. There were ping pong balls in Freddy's mouth, and I just finished cleaning the ping pong balls when I noticed the paw prints on the floor. Somehow, from what I can gather, someone brought at least 12 German Shepherds into the pizzeria. At that moment, Dave enters the pizzeria and I spot him smoking near the stage. For a brief moment I laid eyes on him. I confirmed that he was reaching over to put a cigarette in Freddy Fazbear's mouth. I ran over to Dave, fuming. David! I said to the aubergine slacker. If you don't mop up those paw prints off the floor in the next 10 minutes, so me gosh. So when the hacker decided to play with...
That sounds lame, Scott. I don't want to do that.
I thought to myself, so help me John, so help me Scott if he doesn't mop up that floor. I stood my ground. If you don't mop that floor within the next 10 seconds, Dave, you're fired forever. Dave didn't take the order very well at all.
I'm not doing that. Only by the rock. You rotary funk.
At this point, I could contain myself no longer. David Miller, you are fired. Now get out of my restaurant. Dave didn't take that very well.
Well, watch this. Oni.
He ran for. Oh no. Pick up the facts. Pick up the facts. Pick up the facts. Grand Canyon. Grand Canyon. That a frenzied battle crier.
Pick up the facts. Pick up the facts. Pick up the facts.
And with that, like a plum-colored titan, he latched onto Foxy with the pirate, and he hoisted up the fox animatronic up above his head. I immediately pursued the lavender felon at a breakneck pace. Hey you! I roared at him, barely containing an ounce of my insatiable rage. Put that heckin' fox down! Then the hacker did it. The aubergine scoundrel let out a roar.
Grand Canyon. Grand Canyon. Grand Canyon.
And with that, he was out the door. Through the window I witnessed a horrific display. Dave Miller, without a moment of hesitation, threw Foxy the pirate off the nearby ledge into the Grand Canyon. I followed him outside after the college steed was done and dropped to my knees. I let out a roar. You bastard! You did it! You finally did it! My one love tarnished! I am now alone in this miserable sphere. May death take me soon, oh God! Then Dave turned to me.
Hey, wanna get a bite to eat? All of that fast throwing really makes you whip up an appetite. Last one to clip on is the rotten eggplant.
And thus he left me in the dust, a crumpled mess of a phone man. Some nights, in the haze of the dim moonlight, I walk out to the Grand Canyon. I can hear him, Foxy the pirate, howling from the depths of the canyon. We'll be together again soon, my love. Soon. Company note. This model of phone guy was scrapped due to the numerous attempts to fling himself over the side of the Grand Canyon, likely in a crude attempt to follow Foxy. Company would like to remind you the phone guys are robots, and, while lifelike, aren't human. They can't feel genuine feelings like we can, and do not have unique names or memories about past lives or former families. These problematic behaviors are the result of programmed AI, and Phone Guy 061 can be easily replaced. That is all. Well, let's go to 47. Bazlog. Location 47. Failure. It's me, Scat. Today an employee, one Peter Kennedy, had an accident. Typical enough case. Spring lock failure. Must have slipped or tripped the spring locks accidentally. Peter was a decent man, and an even better employee. A case such as his could almost be referred to as an anomaly. He followed the instructions outlined in our company training tapes with the utmost care. He even dragged himself to the safe room door, but no further than that. We found him slumped against the door not long after the incident. I wonder what could possess a man to drag his own body that far and then just stop. I'm stumped. Either way, he's being sent off to the factory tonight. This is how it is, and how it always has been. I spent a day in that factory, and so did my boss, so did his boss. It's the way it's always been. The joy of creation. Company note. Phone Guy 1402 was clearly dysfunctional. Sometimes misprogramming can occur when phone guys are produced. Phone guys have no relation to deceased or missing employees. They do not carry human memories from past lives, no matter how fervently they try to convince you of such things. Fazbear Entertainment is doing its best to deprogram this troubling behavior from the phone-headed company personnel. As of July 1987, that location has been shut down and dismantled. So Peter's location that he died in was torn apart. Okay. What is 45? I want one of these to be either Steven or Peter. I think that'd be really cool to have. Goggles. Oh god, they just won't stop. God, my ears. I mean, I don't have ears, but ouch. My metaphorical ears. They just keep barking. They've been barking for hours. Well, it took us for one doggo to start barking, and oh god, get down from there. We even designed this location. Where the heck are the company blueprints? Where the hell is Jimmy Physical? And why did he think this location would be a good idea? No, to God, please, don't touch that. Company note. Never again. Yeah, why the fuck would you make a doggo location? 93. That would have been pretty recent. I wonder if this one isn't us. Memories. Hey, it's... Fuck it. I'm cutting the no cursing bullshit. Is my name even Scott? Who am I? Every night, I've been plagued with dreams, or perhaps memories, of a small boy looking up at me with eager, grasping eyes. Each nightmare more vivid than the last. Each time I see his face, more well-defined. Last night in the dream, I picked him up with my own 2 arms. He looks into my eyes. I had eyes and called me Daddy. Daddy. Who am I? This can't just be a dream. This feels right. I knew this kid. I think this kid was my son. A name keeps entering my head, sometimes when I mop the floors or when I perform maintenance on the bots. Jason. I need to go find him. The others, I see now. The other employees, the ones from the newspapers, who also have phones for heads. They aren't me either. They're like me, but I wonder if they had memories, had families. This broken voice, this piece of shit voice box, this isn't my voice. Who the hell even has a phone for a head? I'm a goddamned. Am I Jason? Is that boy Jason? Do I have a son? My son needs me. I'm running away. Far from here. I'm going to find Jason. Company note. As you can see, was clearly dysfunctional when writing this message. Sadly, they were unable to track him down due to leaving the company having very few leads. It is presumed to still be at large. Again, Freddy would like to reaffirm. No matter how much a phone guy or the family of a deceased employee may wish for it to be so, it's the agony of every tragedy. Those employees are dead and incapable of coming back. It is easy for humans to get caught up in their emotions and to project human qualities onto our animatronics. While our robots on stage may appear to be lifelike, they bear no resemblance to any children, deceased or otherwise. Same goes for our robotic managerial employees. Fazbear Entertainment would like to end our log with one heartfelt request. With any delusions regarding any former deceased employees, please see a grief therapist and get some help. Interesting. Okay, you're in. Go explore to your heart's content. Welcome, owner. Which folder you wish to enter? So I did entertainment. Let's do the forbidden logs. File Alpha 01. For some reason, instead of containing a digital log, there's just instructions telling you to pick up a file under your desk. Oh, here we go. What is this thing? That looks like GODRED. There's another one? This specimen is believed to be known as GODRED. The specimen resembles a large magenta bear-shaped animatronic. GODRED is known to be hostile. Thank you all for watching. Feel free to leave a like and subscribe. A subscription is free and you can unsubscribe at any time. Also, feel free to leave a comment. I see comments from all over on my channel. There's a good chance I'll end up seeing yours. That being said, have a great day and stay safe.